Hani, Bojo, Sego, Scano, Tanzi, bonjour, and hello. And welcome to Celebration of Nations' 5th anniversary. We are so honored and so proud of coming together for the last 5 years as community. It's amazing. I always say that, you know, it takes a community, it takes a village to develop anything in life, to go anywhere in life. And I am so grateful for our community. And a lot of our community members are here. Celebration of Nations could only come to fruition with a community in our village that's come together in that partnership. Also very grateful for the Performing Arts Center and so many of our great partners that have come on board, like Meridian, Credit Union, TD, District School Board of Niagara, Brock University, and the list goes on. Because without these true partnerships, we don't move forward. And in life, it's so important to move forward and to move forward in a good way. Right now, we are sharing with you a very similar vision that we've all carried. My vision was to drum across Canada. Audra will tell you about her vision, and Erin's, and Angela. What was interesting is that our visions were so similar that we thought we should bring them all together in one place and create Drums Across Canada. The vision comes from peeling back some of the harsh realities and the harsh truths that we are now facing. We as Indigenous people have known about it. I know my mother's talked to me about it many times. You heard Duke Redbird on the first night. That poem, Stolen Children, Stolen Lands, he wrote back in 2008. But it's for the rest of the Canadians that did not know about our history, did not know about the pain and the suffering that we've been going through, didn't understand who we were, who we are. Now, we're telling you the story, our history. We're sharing with you a lot of our stories, and that's one of the things that Celebration of Nations is all about, is to bring us all together and to share our diverse Indigenous cultures and traditions and ways of knowing, so that we can come together as Indigenous people of Turtle Island and become stronger together. So Drums Across Canada, the vision is to help unify us right across Canada, because we are in a lot of pain right now. We're in pain because we get to relive some of those dark moments. In Canada, the Canadians, you're in pain because you're learning this for the first time, possibly the second or third. So we come together to drum, to sing. In our culture, drumming is medicine, it's healing. Our songs, it's medicine, it's healing. And traditionally, these songs and dances and drums would be used in healing ceremonies. It's also the first sound that we hear in our mother's womb. In her first environment, the water, we hear her heartbeat. This drum is the heartbeat of Mother Earth, who has been so good to us. She has given us everything we need to survive. She's been protecting us, along with all our relatives. And unfortunately, we have been abusing her. And she also, and all our relatives, need healing as well. We drum today for all our relations that are in pain, for all the Canadians, for all our Indigenous people. We drum especially for the children's spirits that never made it home after residential school. We'll drum for the students, for the children on their first day to residential school. We're going to drum for the matriarchs who keep us together. We're going to drum for the ancestors who have been channeling through us, who are walking by our side every day, every moment, and with every single breath we take. We're going to drum for the children's grandchildren, great-grandchildren, for those children that are not even born yet. And we're also going to remind ourselves that we have to live in peace and harmony amongst each other and all living things, and that we need to start to be great ancestors. Today is the beginning of a stronger cross-cultural future. We will keep drumming, keep singing, and I promise that we will do that. I know I will. Because this message needs to be clear. That it's like, I don't know more. Like, this is it. We need to start having our voices heard. We need to share some of our knowledge. Because the natural world, it's not going to wait for us. We need to come together and heal. And to all the leaders in this country, to the politicians, enough is enough. Start listening and start creating action. So today we drum across Canada. We reach from coast to coast, from New Brunswick to London, Ontario to BC. And we're bringing our hearts together. We're bringing our love together. We're uniting together. Unification, nice and strong for our children. So with that, I would ask if we could just sing a song to get us ready for the next thought. Medicine, everybody in the stands and everyone all across this country, everyone that's watching us virtually, drum on your table, drum in your car, just drum on your lap. The more vibration, the more frequencies that we send out there, the more healing that will happen. So as we go through, please join in. And here in the audience, use a chair next to you. I'd like to introduce to you a very dear friend of mine, Audra Maloney, Audra Sewell Maloney.
Kwe. Talawisi ipit ganikalabat kipu, wajie mawiom, go beripit ek buin. My name is Shihusisfar like the eagle, or Audra. I'm from the Mi'kmaq First Nation from out east, and I am a traditional healer. What I do is I help people return their spirits back to make them whole after trauma. I help remove energies that are stuck inside the bodies because of trauma. I help the ghosts move from ghost world to sky world. This is what I've been tasked with by Creator, and this is what I do within my community. The spirits have gifted me a vision a number of weeks ago, and I'm here to share that with you right now. What they told me is, my family also suffered with residential school, on both sides, my husband's side and my side. And what the spirits have told me is that we need to come together in prayer and bring our good energies, our good thoughts, our nurturing energies, the healing of Creator, bringing our ancestors together for all children who went through residential school on their first day of school. And the reason for that is because their spirits were still whole. At that time, you know, time is Western time thinks that it's linear, and we know that that's not quite the case. We can reach to that moment in time. When we bring all this energy to the children on their first day of school, we're going to strengthen their spirit. All the pieces of them that have left because of trauma throughout the time that we're there are going to come back. All their soul pieces are going to come back. When we strengthen their spirit on that first day, we strengthen that innocence, we strengthen that purity. We give them that nurturing strength of family, of community. And it's not only going to affect those who've been through residential school, but it's going to affect their children and their grandchildren and even their great-grandchildren. So it's going to be a healing ripple effect. This is important work. It's time for our communities to heal. It's time for us to become whole again. All the children that were buried underneath the earth, that were burned into ash, we're going to reach them on the first day because they won't be lost to us. We don't have to wait to find them to help them move from ghost world to sky world. And when we do that work, it strengthens their families because we feel when somebody's not where they're supposed to be. It's going to strengthen their families, and it's going to strengthen our communities. It's time. It's time for us as Indigenous people across this nation to heal, because it's going to be our communities and our elders and our people that need to lead the way through these new ways that are happening, these new times that are beginning. We're in prophecy times right now. If you don't see that, I'm sure you feel it, because we know it. And we need to be whole, we need to be strong. You don't have to be Indigenous to do this work with us right here, right now. You just have to have the heart. So on behalf of the spirits that work with me, I invite you through this next song to think about every single one on their first day. And with that energy, you think about it across the whole nation. On that first day when that child first arrived at school, we're going to strengthen that child. We're going to bring energy and healing to that child. And that strength held in that spirit is going to help that child heal, even if that child's passed. It took me a couple of weeks before I could even speak these words because it was so impactful for me. It hit me right here because it's so true and it's so real. And this is the way, this is the moment forward for all of us, Indigenous and our allies. So we're grateful for you that we've all come together to do this work, this very, very special work. And so even those children that may never physically be found, we're going to help them right now. So take a moment, take a deep breath. Find a place within yourself of reaching the earth beneath you and grounding yourself, because now you're going to bring yourself strength. And when you strengthen yourself, before you do the prayer and the blessings, it becomes all the more powerful. So when the drummers drum this next song, come into prayer mind. Let all the negative emotions and thoughts come out and come into a place of love. Come into a place of peace. Come into a place of nurturing. And then with the drum and with the energy of the drum, this is what is going to be going out. And send that to each one of our people on the very beginning. And magical things are going to happen. You watch. Are you with me? Yeah. All right. Let's do it.
Can you already feel those vibrations? Those vibrations are rippling through Canada right now, and I thank those that are drumming with us virtually and in the different locations across Canada. I'd like to invite Erin to come and speak.
Thank you so much, Michele-Elise. I am so grateful that I made notes because I knew that the energy today would be so incredibly powerful. My name is Erin Moraghan. I'm a settler. And to say that I'm humbled and honored to be included today is a wildly vast understatement. It's a huge, huge gift to have been able to learn from Angela and Michele-Elise and some of their circle of women over the last number of months. Like so many other settler Canadians, I'm honestly really embarrassed to say that I'm really only now just starting to understand the deeply, deeply personal role that I must play and that we all must play as settlers in healing this nation together with Indigenous peoples. You know, at first, like most settler people, I believe, I asked, how can I support you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? And not knowing what the answers were to those questions, I set about listening and learning and talking and journaling and reflecting and meditating. And frankly, it's thanks to the Indigenous women who were kind enough to make connections and to help me see that the help that I can offer begins right here inside my own heart and in my mind and in my spirit. So I really am speaking today to all the settlers who are here in this space with us and to all of the settlers who are joining us virtually, and I know there's lots of them, which is amazing. We need to help and heal ourselves, and I think that it's clear to see that we have guidance. We have incredible leadership and guidance on how we can begin to do that. But we need to heal ourselves so we can show up wholly for a very, very different future for Canada and beyond, for Turtle Island. To all Indigenous peoples, we are sorry. We are listening. We see you. We're finally beginning to see ourselves. We are mourning hand in hand with you. Settlers, it's time to step forward bravely and truly partner with Indigenous peoples and begin remembering our own ancient wise traditions. I think you can probably feel them in your body today. I'm sure you can, especially if you're here in this room right now. The traditions that predate our broken patriarchal structure. We have work to do. Each day we can move the needle forward as settlers, asking others to be on this same journey with us. In our homes, it starts in our homes, right? In our homes, where we live, where we work, in our communities, through our words. We have to listen. We have to listen. We have to listen. That's where the healing begins. That's where it has certainly begun for me. We have to read. We have to write. We have to share, and we have to do our own healing. And this is all that it takes to begin. It's really not that much. And I know that it feels, for so many settlers, like we don't know where to begin. But this is it, right? We just have to start by opening our hearts. As women today, here's the thing, right? We can come together and we can craft a new song for the future. As women, we never would have designed this world. We never would have designed this, but we can build the bridges toward one another to heal and co-create a revolutionary future, one that nurtures and expands humankind instead of the opposite. This is what can happen, I believe, when we join forces and we just see one another. Healing through drumming and song is at the core of all of our roots, all of ours. Perhaps by being so kindly invited, which still humbles me to no end, all of us, that we get to participate in this. Perhaps by being included today, we can wake up those parts of ourselves that we all have, remembering that we all have the power to create shifts, to create healing, to spread healing, and to change our course. So thank you to Indigenous friends and communities across our nation for inviting us to the table. I say this to Angela and Michele-Elise all the time. I can't believe that you continue to invite us to the table. Settlers, it's time to show up fully and wholeheartedly. And thank you so much to everybody for including us again.
Chimikwech, thank you. I believe we're going to be going live to air. Is it 4 o'clock yet? 1 minute. We have 1 minute before we go. Angela, can you just, and then afterwards we're going to have Angela and Sabrina at the end. We will talk.
Tansi. My name is Angela DeMontigny. I'm a creamy tea. My spirit name is She Who Walks with Honor. And I work with the Black Panther and the White Thunderbird. And today the Thunderbirds are with us. And my message is my grandmothers and ancestors and matriarchs are here, and they are asking us to be the voices for them. So now is the time for the women to gather, to heal, and we are powerful. We are ready now. It is time for us to take our place, to make the transformation and the positive changes that we need in this world right now. So I want to say wholeheartedly Chimigwech to all of my sisters across the country, across Turtle Island, even in Los Angeles, California, who are drumming with us and singing with us, who have lit sacred fires for the voices of the children and our ancestors and the matriarchs who are coming through us, and the healing that is beginning. And I'm just so happy to have all of us here. Miigwech.
Miigwech, miigwech. We are now currently, officially, starting Drums Across Canada. We will start here in St. Catharines at the First Ontario Performing Arts Centre. We will do a call and response. So we're going to do a song, a traveling song, and that is to honor and to pay respect to all those who are currently in their journey to the spirit world, as well as to those that have journeyed before now. Some of our ancestors, some of the children. Once we finish our call, New Brunswick, and you'll see them up on the screen, they will respond to our call. And then they'll call out, and London will respond, and we'll go all the way out to BC. Once we cross Canada, we will all drum and sing together in unity, the Strong Woman Song. I encourage everyone at this time, wherever you are, sing, even if you're humming. Get that breath out. Get that vibration going. And let's create some transformable and sustainable change for a brighter future. And we get to do this all together. So with that, welcome to Drums Across Canada, the inaugural event, and we're going to keep doing this every year. So I'll take a deep breath and exhale. Bringing our minds together as one and bringing good thoughts and good vibrations and healing. Niagara, the strong women singers, the collaborators, First Ontario Performing Arts Centre, and Celebration of Nations would like to offer the traveling song.
we're live.
We're live? Okay.
Today.
Okay, so we're still on. Okay.
It's my turn. I'm up. I guess this is my turn to speak. I guess I'm from the East Coast. It's my turn to speak, and it's my turn to address you guys. My name is Ann Paul, as you know, and I just seen my mother's name, Maggie Paul, go across the front there, and I was so nervous coming up here, and I wasn't sure what I was going to speak, and I did a little prayer out back a few minutes ago, and I was like, what am I going to talk about? And this whole movement started with 215 children being found, and we got to remember those 215 because everybody says it's a lot more children. Yes, it is a lot more children, but those 215, it started there. Two people it took to have one child, and 5 million to remember who they are. That was one thing that I was thinking about. That's one thing that I wrote about. And I was like, Mom, and the creator, I was like, because my mom is, you guys know who my mother is, and I was like, what am I going to talk about? And we gotta remember that it's 6,509 now and growing, and you got to remember that it's not. That's bodies. Those are bodies being found. We got to remember it's not even the ones who were incinerated, the ones who were put in ovens and burned. And those are the ones that you can't even count because they were just ashes put into the ground, or not even in the ground. They were probably just put into buckets and thrown away. I mean, okay, I was listening to the women on the screen, all heartfelt. Every word is heartfelt. Thank you so much, everybody who spoke today. But I'm from a different mindset. I apologize. No, I don't apologize. Sorry, that's a maritime thing. We always apologize. I was going to say sorry again. God. But these people, everybody has to remember that these children, even the ones today, everybody today, there is a fallout from this residential school. My two uncles were there. One is gone. He said he will never tell the stories. He was gone, and he took those stories with him. I have one uncle that's still alive. He was consumed by alcoholism, but he still has his stories. He's starting to write down his stories through his wife, and I can't wait to read them, only because they need to be told. Those stories need to be told. Then you have people like myself, Indian Day School survivors. We have a couple here. Indian Day School survivors. We have some here. I'm one of them. Our stories might not be as bad as those residential school survivors, but you know what? We are the fallout. And our little kids, because those things that are ingrained, those kind of mindsets are ingrained in our upbringing. That is a fallout. I call it a fallout. You can call it whatever you want, but those kind of upbringings are being taught. So we have to erase those. My son, Sazam, I don't know if anybody knows him, but my son is an amazing speaker, and he tells me, I was sitting there listening to him in the living kitchen, and he said, okay, Mom, he goes, we can listen to this, and it's like, okay, now, of all this, what's going on, he goes, so what are we going to do about it? We all know this has happened, and it's not to belittle what happened in the past, because you know what? It happened. And it happened. It makes me cry. But what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Okay? We're going to honor our children. We're going to honor everybody. We're going to honor everybody on September 30th. We're going to honor everybody every friggin' day. Who cares about September? I mean, we care about September 30th, but we're going to honor everybody every day. But we're going to honor each and every one of us. And we're going to do that through song, through prayer, and how we speak to each other. You know, everybody's not alike, and we're not alike for a reason. We're not alike because if we're all the same, what's the sense of having life? We've got to be different for a reason, you know? We're all beautiful people, no matter who we are. We all, look, I didn't want to look up there because it's like, you're supposed to make my nose not shining. But I said to him, look, I looked up there and it threw me off. But I sing, I write, and I share my vision that way. My mom, she shares her vision through songs. My son shares his vision through dance. And we all share our vision through songs. And you guys do all your vision through a different way. So we need to heal as a nation, and we need to heal for those kids. And you know what? It's not. And there's one more thing I wanted to say, and it's everybody is people. Not to belittle anything that happened in the past, but everybody is a person. There's terrible things that happened to me, but I forgive myself. What happened to me in the past, I forgive myself because I'm the one that wants to grow. I'm the one that wants to grow. It's up to them, people. It's up to them to fix themselves. So it starts with me. And if once I fix myself, we can fix it. We can help other people. We can just, you know, it starts from there. And thank you for having us. This is Sisters of the Drum in the orange, and Eastern Circle is joined us, and thank you for having us in Imperial Theater.
Now.
Ok, bonjour. Wabasisco ni ken kai tabi Vishnu Sans Kankudugan.
Dunjaba, Napi Nation, Lenny Lenape, Nishnawbe Kuyandao. In reflection of all that we have done today in this beautiful ceremony of life, because life is a ceremony and ceremony is about life. I stand here representing my mom and the many generations that affected. It just didn't affect the first, second, and third generation residential school survivors. It affected all Indigenous people of Turtle Island. And here today, each of us stood together in song and in prayer to acknowledge and to remember we are still here. We are still here, and we will continue to be here and pick up our guns, pick up our bundles, and to remember who we are, be at that water, because that's part of our responsibility as Nokomis, as grandmas, as aunties, as daughters, as sisters, and who we are from the matriarchy. It's going to be our women that's going to continue on to lead and to show how important we truly are as Indigenous peoples of Canada. And so that water has memory. That water was all part of that and understanding of that colonization. So with that help of that water and the water that we carry in each of every one of us, when we sing our songs and we play that Dwagon, we play that reminds us of that heartbeat of our Mother Earth and how we continue that awareness of being that strong Ogichi that Ogichi of all across Canada, all across Turtle Island. And so even though we continue to struggle, we will always look within that land base, because here I stand here at Victoria Park and I'm surrounded by my ancestors. I see those trees, I see those plants, I see those winged ones, and I see the four-leggeds. All of them are part of who we are. And it's so important. It's so important of that connection. So even though we're in the urban community, we can still walk on that land. We can still feel the vibration of our Mother Earth. We can always go and honor our grandmother Moon, our brother the Sun. And from here on through, let's continue to rebuild and build with our allies. Our allyship and having those positive relationships, because it can be done. I know that because I have good working relationships here in the City of London, good allies here already where we continue to support one another. Because when we look at that medicine wheel, we're looking at red, yellow, black, and white, and each of us have our knowledge bundles. So let's together pick up our knowledge bundles, eh? Let's pick them up together so we can so we can continue on to preserve and maintain who we are as a nation. For all that there is, I say Kanagana, all my relations. I say Kanagana, all my relations.
Okay, you're good.
Okay, Chu, Tlaiko, Hospit, Hatwa, Tlaiko, Snanomu, Tlaiko, Naniaksu, Tlaiko. It's really good to be here today, to be connected to my sisters, to my older sisters, to the daughters, to the nieces of our community. We come from Nanaimo, BC here while we're singing from Nanaimo. But just to kind of touch and reflect on what we've been seeing, what we've been hearing, and what we've been feeling through all of this sadness, through all of this anger of our 6,500 plus kids that have been found, and to really, again, reflect on what it means to care for one another, to love each other through this, because that's what was going to get us through this again, and being able to acknowledge the beautiful women in our life. If you've got daughters, if you've got aunties, if you've got grandmas, if you've got grandaunties, to really reflect on that connection and how you can make that connection safe, how you can make that connection a beautiful thing, a good memory. I'm a residential school survivor too. I attended 1974 to 1982. And you think about that, 1982 is not that long ago, and so, being able to come out of that, being able to say what saved me and probably saved my children was forgiveness. Forgiveness, that F word that sometimes is so hard to achieve, to be able to forgive my mother, to forgive my grandmother. And finding that forgiveness has enabled me to stand close, to sit with my sisters, to support them. We were here a short time ago doing the missing and murdered Indigenous woman, supporting one another through these issues, through these learnings, through acknowledging the truth that's happening in this country, in this province, in this world. So, I just really wanted to reflect and remember too about this. We all fit in here. We belong to Hishu Kish Tsawak. Everybody here, Hishu Kish Tsawak and Nuchanath means we're all one. We're all connected. The birds, the bees, the trees, the flowers, the air, the sun, everything with life. So we all fit in here. And again, I just really wanted to send my prayers, my love, all of that stuff, because those children need to be lifted up there. And to be lifted up there, we need to pray, we need to have ceremony, we need to acknowledge. That one song is called Inner Child, where we say, no more stolen children. So being able to acknowledge that today, to take care of your inner child, take care of your spirit, so we can all be in ceremony together, so we can all acknowledge, especially all the little children that have been here today, and from Snanamuk, we thank you all for this connection. A wise elder told me years ago that connection is the correction. And if we can do that, we'll be moving forward. Chew, love you all. You.
We went across Canada. We did it. This is so empowering. It's amazing. We did this together. Yeah. See, dreams and visions do come true. Just need to make them a goal and have a village and a community to believe in those visions, which means we can do exactly what everyone across this country has said. We want to work together. And we want to build a stronger, cross-cultural country that our grandchildren will be proud of. But we all have to do this together. I'd like to welcome Angela for a reflection.
Chimigwech, my heart is so full right now. Oh my gosh. This is what unity and love and healing looks like. So happy and proud of everyone, all of you. You're singing, you're drumming, your prayers. This was ceremony. And this is the beginning. So the voices of those children and the ancestors are what called us to do this today. And it was driven through spirit. And it came together like spirit only can do. So just know that you've been part of something that is going to have a reverberation throughout the world, not even just, in the places where, across the country people have been participating, but this is Mother Earth. These drums are our heartbeat, the Mother Earth's heartbeat. This is all our relations. This is everything. This is who we are, and this is how we heal the world. So I am so looking forward to the future, and we are the change. Gwetch.
I'd like to invite Sabrina to say a few words. Sabrina is the lead of our drum group here in Niagara. Strong women.
Am I ready? I can go? Okay.
Yeah, you can go.
I can go? Okay. Ani Gibach Nozwin with Womkong Dunjaba Megazay Dodom. My English name is Sabrina Shaona. I am a single mother from the town of Fort Erie, Ontario. I am the co-founder and lead facilitator of the Niagara Women's Drum Group. I spent the last 15 minutes trying to convince myself not to cry on this talk because there's a lot that I have to share. And I'm gonna start with, on Tuesday, I'll be attending the funeral of the 23rd person I've lost in my life since April 2020. This pandemic has been really hard for all of us, and I think part of what makes it so hard is the isolation. And out of the 23 people that I've lost in my life this past year, only one of them has been COVID related, and the rest have been through mental health and addictions. And it's hard, but thankfully, I have a group of women here that support. One of the things about being a single mom, I kind of joke all the time, but it's the reality. As a mom, I give 110% of myself to my family and my community. And I tell my children all I need back to live and survive is 5%. But nobody has anything to give anymore. We're tapped out. The discoveries of the children have come. Recently, last week, we buried one of our knowledge keepers, a tremendous loss to the community. And it's like we don't have time to grieve. We don't have time to sit and think, how are we gonna make it better? I didn't wanna cry. One of the things that has been my saving grace is my circle. How do you build your circle? How do you put people around you that are gonna support you and love and encourage you and understand what you're going through? Because I'll tell you, there's times that I'm at home and feeling very alone and very sad and just distraught with my feelings. And I'll get a message from somebody in my drum group that says, hey, I know you're not okay. And I say, oh, your spidey senses must have been tingling because I needed help, but I didn't know how to ask for help. So my parting message is to be there for each other. Build a circle of support that's going to understand you in a way that you don't even understand yourself. And be good to each other and be good for each other. And let's figure out how to make a better world out of this. Come out stronger, come out more, I don't want to say resilient because that word is so much, but we're here for a human experience and to learn how to live on this planet as human beings. So make your human experience the best that you can with the love and support and encouragement of each other. I don't know if anybody from the men's group is going to want to explain the song, but they're going to sing a song now. I don't really, Phil or somebody. Sorry for, I'm not sorry for the tears, they're real, but I'm feeling lots of feelings, so I'm just going to step back.
So there you go. The song we're going to sing comes from some powwow brothers who made this a few years ago from a group called Tabik, which means to sing. And hearing the song, asked them what the song was about, and as tradition calls, give him some tobacco and asked them if we could use this song. He said this song is called the Elder Song, and it's for all of those before us who did everything that they needed and could do to all their capacities in the society they were living so that we can have the things that we have today. We have the songs we have that are attached to the ceremonies, that are attached to the rites of passage. We're very fortunate to have our songs. Out of all the things that our ancestors kept for us, it was the songs. The power of music is something that we all innately know. Doesn't matter where you come from on the planet. For us, it's a lot easier because we're only less than 500 years that we've been colonized. You know, so we're still fresh in our minds, and it comes back to us very easy. And any one of you can do the same thing, but how far back do you have to look? It's there. and it's always going to be the same as the way you see here right now on this stage and have seen across the coast, all my brothers and sisters across the East Coast and the West Coast, Ganalunqua. And we're going to sing this song as a healing song. Our jingle dress dancers are going to join us, so I'll ask that when they do come out, because of what the song is for and who it's towards, for everybody to stand. If you have a hat on, please remove your hat, gentlemen. And think about that person in your life too that could use some healing. That's what these songs are for. It's for us to bring our thoughts and our minds together to show love and kindness towards each other. So now we'll go. Kanlunqua.
Miigwech, Yahweh Goa, to the men's drum group, to the strong women singers, to our community, to all of you, because now this is how we start to build tomorrow, is together, in healing. I'm actually very emotional right now. Thanks, Sabrina. No. But every one of you have helped to brighten tomorrow's future. And just remember that everything that you do, no matter what it is, whether it's a comment to somebody, whether you're writing a policy or procedure, whether you're in government, whether you're just talking to your loved one, just remember that every single action that you do today will have an effect on your great-great-great-grandchildren's children. When you do that and you put that into perspective, would you actually say that? Would you actually do that? Think about it. And as we move forward in collaboration together, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, let's keep that in mind, and let's start to walk that two-row wampum principle of working together in parallel, in harmony, in friendship and peace. Let's learn from each other. That means that we need to respect one another. We have a lot to offer, a lot of knowledge that has been rarely used in the Western world. But I'm sure that we would be further ahead if we would have stopped, listened, and maybe incorporate some of our ways of knowing. We have the opportunity now to go forward with this knowledge. You have Indigenous people all across Turtle Island that want to be part of the future. We want to build a healthy, respectful, and educated tomorrow. Thank you, Miigwech Niawe, for coming to Celebration of Nations and wrapping up the 3-day gathering with us. Can't believe it's been 5 years, but it's been a journey that we've all been on, those that have been with us for the last 5 years. It's been a healing journey. When you can reflect on that, we've come closer together as well as Indigenous people here in Niagara. I know that right now with these drums across Canada, there's other communities that are doing the same thing. Start the dialogue. It's so important, and listen. But the most important is to take action. So let's take action in everything that we do and do it for the right reasons. I want to invite everybody to come down to the Sacred Fire. Both Brian Kahn and Fred Bowering are down there. They've been there for 3 days, manning this beautiful fire. We have our medicines that are down there. And I'm sure there might be a few people that might want to sing or drum or hug. But always remember, in your heart, love. One of those, just love. And when you love something and you truly love something, you're not going to hurt it. You're not going to disrespect it. So on that, just take a deep breath and enjoy the rest of the evening and the week.